All right, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is. I'm not sure exactly where you're located, but you know that we're here in the great state of Mississippi. It is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is what we're all about. I'm here live at Redeemer Church, 640 East Northside Drive here in Jackson, Mississippi, at a community event put on by the Butterflies by Grace, designed by Faith, and cooperating with Canopy. And Faith Lake present the second annual Connecting Partners to Transform Communities and Create a New Beginnings Community Resource Fair. Now, I know you see a lot of vendors here. Can't name half of them, but I do have literature on them that provided a lot of information for the community because there are some programs that we are not aware of, and sometimes that we want help, but we don't know what is in place for us. So events like this would definitely help you out to get you that information that is needed. So if you're in the area, in the neighborhood, I think you're kind of a little bit too late because we're about to get to close things down at 12. So stay tuned for another one that they possibly potentially will be putting together. So follow the social media page, the Butterflies by Grace, designed by Faith. I know they have a lot of events that they're putting together. Just bear with me. Having a technical situation right now. You know how when you're in somebody else's house, things happen, but you still got to go along with the flow and make things happen. But we're still gonna have a great time, great show. Uh, got a guest joining me this lovely day. All right, be still. I guess it's not gonna cooperate, right? So I guess I'm gonna have to hold my microphone. But it is all right. Joining me today is my friend Miss Marlene Wright. Forgive me, I want to give you the last name Taylor. I know Taylor or Marlene Taylor.
Okay.
So I'm finna give you the last name Taylor. My apologies about that. But
No worries.
how are you doing today, Miss Wright?
I am well. Thank you so much for inviting me on this morning. I'm excited to be here and talk to you.
Well, I know we've encountered a lot of things doing within. I say again, dealing with the community. But hey, that's part of this life that I chose to live. So I'm gonna be all a part of it. So what's going on now? I know you're doing a lot of different things right now. So what's going on now with Miss Wright?
Well, currently moved over to the radio and I guess you could say entertainment side of things. We met through sports and other things in the city, but I was approached at the beginning of the year just being a business person, always in the marketing field. I was approached last year, towards the end of last year, about opportunity to assist with 90.1 and dive into this world of music, specifically with Southern Soul. And so got together with, at the time, Representative DeKeith Stamps, now Commissioner DeKeith Stamps, and hey, we've been rocking and rolling the past, probably since the beginning of the year with all of that.
Now, how's that transition? You went from sports to running your mouth.
Yeah, running. See, so in all the parallel, the common denominator has been my marketing. Even when we began and you and I met in the sports with the minor league football, it started out as marketing. They brought me on as a marketing professional to assist with branding and promoting the team, and then that's when it was like, hey, you'll make a good general manager. Let's move you up. Even when I did the arena football back here a couple years ago, it was marketing. So I come in on that business acumen as marketing and assisting brands and growing. And then after that is off to the races. How high can I go up in this thing? And so that's what it's been more with the radio. It's, hey, how can we grow the station? How can we change the dynamic of it? Making it more digital with informal marketing. And then I can't really, I can tell you, but let me show you. And that's when my own show launched, the Lounge Radio Show.
Now, tell me about that. I know the lounge radio. Now, somebody hear the word the lounge, they thinking about having a sip of
Their favorite
something beverage,
right.
smoking something that grew from the ground, things along that line.
Possibly. See, I'm actually, I'm from the country, Duck Hill, Mississippi,
Okay.
which is exactly near Grenada. And when we talked about lounge, it was a place for the grown-ups to go, and you worked all week, you were around you or whatever, but now you need a place to just go unwind, sit down, and you're gonna have a good conversation, maybe a good beverage. I don't know all the time to smoke. Maybe cigarettes I think may be allowed. But I had that idea when I wanted a place for guests, and we have guests from artists to politicians and many more to come on the show, but a place for them not to come feel stressed and like they're gonna be uptight when they're interviewed, but a place more to relax. And I wanted that lounge.
Okay, so that's where the lounge come from.
Yeah.
How is the transition going from? I know you're still dealing with marketing, but going from behind the scene to the face of what you're doing.
Yeah, because everybody asks me, and people, you met me some years back, but people don't know I'm really shy. I've always been a shy kid. I grew up shy.
Are you sure about that?
People see, I see your social media. I don't see anything shy about you, but that's the marketing side.
Okay.
I understand it. But yeah, it's been a process. I know my first show, we did our first show with the legendary Bobby Rush, and shout out to Mr. Bobby Rush for doing that. But I was really like, oh goodness, cameras everywhere. And I had to learn to just relax, I had to get over the cameras part. But other than that, it's just that when I think about that concept of lounge, just being relaxed and not stressed about it.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I tell my guests sometimes, I never done this before. This is first. That's the first time for everything.
Yeah.
Just how we conversing. Yeah. We're talking, but it's just a camera right there.
Just a camera. So and the camera got me, though. It's like, I know you watching me. But yeah, after that first show, I think I went back and looked, and I'm very critical on myself. So I'm like, yeah, don't do that. Even now, we're probably like 21 shows in on the lounge. And every show, I'm like, okay, stop talking. Let them talk. Don't do this. And so I'm learning to adjust and be what I need.
Yeah, when I started this, like I said, I was shy in elementary, young.
Yeah.
But as I grew, my teachers had me to come out there and speak. I had to be a spokesman for the class. You had to get out and perform. Then being a former athlete, so you had to do it. So that's just how it grew to it. But now you're a former athlete too yourself. I am. Were you shy when you was on the court?
No, that was I didn't have to talk. I did talk noise. Now I was one of those. I'm very competitive. So I would get into the other person's head because even though I was shy and quiet, but I wasn't a follower. I was one of those more leader types.
Okay.
So I know everybody else probably feel in a certain way. They're nervous. So now I can attack you not only physically, but mentally. And so I would talk on.
So that you studied psychology?
I should have. I think I missed that mark. I was a business major, but I missed the psychology.
Well, I would advise, just recommend that you go back and take a few psychology classes. Psychology benefits not only just in everyday life, in all aspects of your profession.
Yeah.
Because it helps you out in sports. How can you defeat your opponent? Because that's the most important thing. Your opponent, how can you defeat them? If you can beat them psychologically, they can have the best talent, they can have all the skills, but if you defeat them psychologically, you win.
You win, yeah.
Cause that's how Michael Jordan.
Didn't he do it? I think that's where I got that from, though.
Okay.
And I wasn't a big Michael Jordan fan. I respected him. Oh my God, I respected the talent, but he got in their heads, and if you can get them frustrated on the court, if they're not strong-minded, you can get them.
It is. So that's why I said go back and take some business psychology, and then it also helps you in the meetings. You can read individuals based off of that.
Right.
That's I'm giving you too much information now.
Yeah, I'm taking notes though, because that's how it's been. Everybody asks you were in the radio, you were in the journalism. No, I wasn't. But I've surrounded myself around people. 90.1, and shout out to WNPR. They have people with longevity in that industry.
Yes.
And so being around them and taking notes and listening, and even with you this morning, it's like, okay, if this helps me from someone that's been doing it, I'm gonna definitely do it.
Yeah, and in reference to 90.1, my condolence to one of the former workers there, Aram. But no, I attended his homegrown, so I've known him when I was at Jackson State. He was taking pictures. We bumped into each other on the sideline. So one in the conversation, say, hey, what's up? How you doing? And he was just chit chatting, and he had gone about his business. And then we ran back into each other's again. He worked for Hinds County, and I bumped into him, and we were just talking, and going to his home and I heard a lot of the former co-workers how they talk about. I said, man, I've been in for this long. He's been in for this long. How he helped support them and doing what they do. 90.1 has been around for. I know. How old am I? 2 carried it to 45. I know it's been around quite some time.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those stations we were talking about, even when we're talking about helping the artists now. And shout out, we love 99 and 107 and their impact to the community. But if you couldn't get on those stations, you definitely can get in 90.1. And whatever message, whether it was, people thought favorable or unfavorable, but you can at least have access to the community.
Actually, I've went on the Eddie Jean Carr show a couple of times. They invited me on the show a couple of times for things that I was doing in the community about the benefit basketball game and some things I was doing with some other organizations. So they actually reached out to invited me to come on. I was like, man, no, that's something, because they are definitely in the community, and a lot of those individuals that work for the station, they are heavily involved in the community. So you can say it definitely is a community show. So not trying to knock 99.7, 107.5, and all those other different stations.
But you can't walk in those. You gotta be, these, you could literally be in your car right now, like, I need to go, tell people about this. And you can go in, I guarantee whomever or DJ or whoever they'll be there to.
That's it. They're definitely approachable, and they definitely will welcome you in.
Right.
Again, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here at Redeemer Church again at a resource fair. So if you're in the neighborhood, try to get here before 12. The ladies they're currently having a panel talking about different resources. We have some vendors here at this particular location. What is this? Vine Ministry, Oak Street Health, represented from Athea, someone from Infusion Metro, the Pupa Project. That's kind of Pupa, Pupa Project. Now they have a name. It's an acronym. I'm not sure exactly. Not sure exactly what it stands for, but it is an acronym. So definitely check them out. Hope Exchange, the Hub Connection of Transformation. The link again with Canopy. They are here. Legal Shield. I'm going through a different type of organization that are here to help you with that. The McLean Fletcher Center, UMMC, Personal Health Care, the Herbal Yours, Hill, Mississippi. It's a lot of here. Hold on, still got some more. Golly, it's a lot of vendors here. Tougaloo College, the Upper Brown program, as well as Tougaloo College with the Educational Talent Search. Okay, I'm looking at because I got talents. Let me see if I can try to get into that program. Okay, must be 11 years. Oh, okay, you have to be a certain age, so I can't do that one. As well as, who is this last one? Catholic Charity. Now, I wasn't ear hustling. I was setting up, and I heard this young lady was talking about Catholic Charity, and they're here for foster care. So they're looking for foster parents. So if you're looking to become a foster parent, definitely take a look at Catholic Charity. If you're looking to adopt, now, there are a lot of individuals, young youth in the adoptions pool that definitely are caring families. So if you're looking to take care of children or be a part of helping making a difference in the community, as well as you're looking for a tax credit. I'm going to say that much. Now, the children are a tax credit, and so they definitely will help you out with that. So if you're looking for someone that you can help on your taxes, because I know that we definitely want to try to save and get back as much as we can, contact Catholic Charity, but don't just do it just for the tax credit. Do it for just care for the children. But again, we're here at Redeemer Church on Northside Drive, led by Pastor McGowan. They're allowing us to utilize the facility to host this resource event, along with Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, and Canopy Link Service. But joining me again is Marlena Wright with the Lounge Show. Now, see, do I fit the criteria to be on the Lounge Show? Now, I'm not a politician, or I don't like to drink and smoke and stuff, though. But okay,
the water is fine.
Yeah.
But if anyone making an impact with a story to tell and share, we, like I said, we started out with this. Southern, we went live. Our first show was April 6th, and we started with this Southern Soul when we made Mississippi the birthplace of Southern Soul. Of course, the birthplace of a lot of genres, but
Yeah.
Commissioner Stamp said, "Hey, we got to take this one, guys. We got to do something." So as a state, they signed a resolution and made that.
Okay.
And it was our promise to the artists that because we did that and to help promote them, we would get them on the show and interview them and promote them. Well, because we're on only once a week, it's been like, okay, 21 shows. We probably had 17 artists. Your journey, get to know you as your brand, but also how you can help those.
And I really appreciate that, but like I said, that name is kind of
you like this.
No, it's okay. Hey, I could build my own. Like I said, the man cave. You can. That's considered a lounge.
That's it.
You can build your man cave.
A place of tranquility and peace where you
Yes.
can escape from your day to day.
Yeah, it's like I said, I know, but it's about the association when we hear lounge. That's the first thing that comes to mind is that somebody sit back and drinking and smoking a Cuban cigar, all that good stuff.
Yeah, whatever their comfort is, But yeah, for us, it's just more so, laid back. I like the vibe of that lounge experience and being able to present that to our guests.
Okay, now. I definitely want to talk to you about. I got a few questions now. Don't be looking at my notes and stuff. All right. This is I know that this is not a issue or anything, but it's becoming a trend. Radio, all the technology that we have today. Now it's been more of a male dominant industry. And now I see more women getting into the industry. How do you feel about that? You're making an impact. Like I said, with the lounge show, you want somebody who's making an impact in the community. How does it feel as a young lady, woman getting into radio, hosting a talk show, being a DJ, things along that line?
I see, again, I back up to our years of meeting in the football. For me, I grew up around a male-dominated family. Okay. My mom only has one sister, 6 brothers. My dad only has one sister and like 7 brothers. Wow. So it's odd. I looked at them doing male things, but I always thought I could do that, And so just like when the football, I never looked at, that's not stuff women do. So even with radio, like I said, it's been male dominated because I guess over time, it's like the men were the voices you wanted to hear and you trusted that. But as women started to get into radio, it's like, well, women have something to say. They can bring a touch to that as well. Okay. So for me, I never, and I maybe I should look at it maybe that way better, but I never look at something and say, well, I can't do it because of, and whatever that is. So I just get in it and be in myself, and those who accept me, I fine, I keep moving, but I don't let the way it's been affect if I do it or not. Yeah. Okay.
Now, like I said, a lot of the DJs, the male DJs, some of them have that particular voice style.
I know. Right?
They have that deep voice or that bare white voice, or they have it's something distinct. I mean, it's distinctive about their voice, and you can just hear people converse. Oh, you probably in radio, you probably in television, something along that line. Yeah. So, how does that definitely make you feel in reference to that? Not saying that you have that male-dominated voice,
right?
When you even down in the communities, my head voice, you are on such and such show.
Yeah. See, and shout out to Ragman. He's been over there for years, and you know that voice when you hear it. 90.1, you know that. Shout out to Handyman and all the other DJs over there. But I think I had that conversation when I first started. They were like, people try. Some people. I'm not gonna say change their voice, but they give a radio. They got this radio voice that they want it to be distinct and memorable. But this is what you gonna get from me. This is what I'm more of a just be myself type. I would love to change my voice, but I know it wouldn't be something I probably could do show to show. So I'm like, you know what, this is what it's gonna be. But I love that we all can go back to people on the radio where we know that distinct voice and you like, I know who that is, right? And I appreciate that because that's so significant as being a personality. Again, I think that's the purpose of the lounge, just be yourself. I'm gonna go in. Hey, you hear me? If you remember, great. If not, that's okay. But I still have respect for those who have those.
I definitely understand that. But we definitely want to give shout out to those individuals that helped put this show together. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is what we do. And again, hey, got to give shout out to more sports management, help fund it, all the good stuff, and get out and work for it on behalf. Because I love my last name. Yes, I am the founder and CEO, the president, all that above, the janitor, the accountant, all that good stuff are with more sports management. I love my name. So thank you, mom and dad, for the name. My great grandparents. You know, you can do a whole lot of stuff with more. And give a shout out to my guys over at Talking Sports Live with Rob J, Larry Nix, Jamie Horton, Ed Bishop, Quinn, and myself. Every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. live at Full Moon Barbecue in Madison, Mississippi, 1935 Main Street. And also we're going to replay the show each Sunday night on 35 Delu, so local channel here in the Jackson metro area. Speaking of Full Moon Barbecue, want to thank them also, the best little pork house in Mississippi, 1935 Main Street in Madison, Mississippi. Again, if you definitely want to place an order, cater 10 or more, 601-466-7713, and let them know that you heard it on More on the Road, and hopefully they'll throw you some extra cookies. And if you do, order some banana pudding so that they can make some extra just for little old me. So I really do appreciate that support, though. I was talking with them, and I told them that I really care about their banana pudding, and whenever they have an order, they definitely set some to the side for me. So they don't make it daily. So they make it only on special occasions, and so they make a little extra for me. So I feel special when they call me and say we got some banana pudding for you, and I hurry up and scurry up on 55 North and get off home and get me some banana pudding. And again, I want to thank Monique's Dessert. See what I mean? I'm messing with all these food and these sweets. Monique's Dessert Boutique, cupcakes, cakes, muffins, all that good stuff that puts some fat on you, and then you definitely got to go to the gym to get it off. So give her a call, Purple Levette Bakery at yahoo.com. I just jacked out all up. Purple, look at the line. I just jacked it all up. But she's on social media, Monique's Dessert Boutique, and let her know that you heard it here on More on the Road. And Hillcrest Christian School, one family, one faith, and one future. 4060 Southside Road in Jackson, Mississippi. HillcrestChristian.org if you want to schedule a tour and talk with someone about how you can continue the education of your child. Again, it's a small school. It is a jewel in South Jackson. Definitely going by so you can have that one-on-one interaction with the staff and the students for your children's education. But now, as you can see, though, again, we're still here at Redeemer Church for the second annual Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith Link present second annual Connection Partners to transform communities and create new beginnings community resource fair. That's a long title, but I got it out. So if you're looking for different resources, though, I know they're going to be here till about 12. So if you miss it, follow Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, social media, and they can definitely keep you intact with different community events they have on. Now, I gave a lot of vendors that are here early. I don't want to go through that again because we'll be here forever, but it's a lot of vendors here. Right now, what you're seeing is just a portion of the vendors. They got some vendors around the corner, down the hall, up the street, somebody outside, all that good stuff. So definitely come on by and take a look if you're in the, near the Northside Drive area. But joining me here also is the DJ future sensation, Miss Marlena Wright. Man, I got all this stuff out the way. I know. So, but like I said, when you have support and you got to give them shout out, because you see my phone over here ringing. Hopefully they're not calling me telling me, say, hey, you didn't give me a shout out. So I definitely got to make sure that I definitely do that for the individuals that open up the doors for me to do what I do, and those that help me along the way. Like I said, with our sports talk show on Talking Sports Live with Rob J, Larry Nix, and Jamie Horton, they gave me the foundation. I forgot how we connected. I've been knowing Rob for so long, doing stuff dealing with sports. Yeah. And Mr. Nix, we met doing something with a business, and so I heard they were doing the show, and I was having an event. Say, hey, can I come on the show and be a guest and talk about the event? And so they agreed, and then from there they just put me in their back pocket and said, hey, come along with us. And they showed me a lot, especially working with Rob. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Rob does a lot, but he doesn't know a lot. I know he's probably gonna get me. I know he's probably gonna get me for that.
Oh, what you talking about?
Yeah, he is. I know he laid the foundation for me, and even when I'm on the show and I'll probably mispronounce something, and he will call me out in mid-air, Cause like I would say finna. I would say
he
finna.
said, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that here.
I'll say finna and he'll stop finna. So I know, but I really appreciate his coaching. No, he's teaching me a lot on the slide and he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people like that definitely will help you out in your career. And I think the thing about that, if you talk about any other industry, dealing with technology, dealing with hard labor, he's going to stray away from it.
Okay.
But if you're talking about radio, communication, or broadcasting, he's on point about that.
Yeah, that's his passion.
Yes.
You can tell. Yeah. And then to have longevity, same thing. I was looking at this and anything really to have that longevity, you got to be passionate about it. You got to love it. That it won't last long. So you know.
All right, now we'll still talk about women in radio. What about women DJs? Not just the ones that play the music on the radio. It's about physical DJs out hosting parties, concerts, or they're supporting a rapper or a music group.
Yeah.
What's your thought about women DJs?
And see, that's been my, shout out to Shelby. I've worked with her, I know her, and a lot of all the other women DJs. We got Lady Cherie over at 90.1, Lady B, who's retired, which is probably the pioneer in this area. I'm sure others came before, but in my time of being down here, and those ladies have made significant. They work. They get out there and work. And they made significant impact. Like Lady V, you look forward to her midday stretches, right? Those brand.
Just come on, sit down and see that's those little trickies that she probably was just stretching and probably somebody called and said, "Hey, what are you doing, Lady V?" I'm just stretching. Okay, well we stretch with you. So and then that started the trend. But go ahead.
But I know me in my car, I would be in my car. And I'm a busy bee sometimes, but to hear her say that helps me like, okay, let me stop right now. Let me control and calm down. But and many more. There's so many women. But it's just like even now her being retired, those are things we know now we're gonna miss about her because she made that significant impact, even in that small way, but in major ways too. So I commend women, like I said, just any journalism, radio or TV. But being able to go and make us impact in their own way, in ways that we can look up to and actually say, okay, let me just be myself and bring this whatever to the table. And then years later, hopefully people can say what I did made an impact as well.
Yeah. Now, I had the opportunity if on the sports side and television wise here in the Jackson local area. Now, I hope these young ladies don't call and try to fuss at me. Okay. I was at an event, a media day for Jackson Public School Athletics. They hosted a football media day to introduce all the teams, the 6 high schools, and the coaches. And they had invited the news media there. All 3 major outlets from WLBT, WABT, and WJTV were present. Okay. And all 3 were women in sports. And I kind of acknowledged him that, and I took a picture and I posted on my social media saying, no, that's history. No, more not saying elder but seasoned women, but young women getting into sports and sports media things along that line. Yeah. Women in sports is more of a male dominant thing. It started back in the Roman days, the gladiators, and the women halftime did not attend because they was probably back preparing the meals and taking care of the children, and also taking care of the guy that probably lost or that was injured. Right. They had to care for him. But now, 2024, fast forward centuries ago, now you see more women involved in sports. Yeah. Like they're paying more attention now to women in basketball, softball, fast pitch softball, volleyball. No, with this Title IX stuff, you still have to show equality among. But it's not, Title IX is not just focused mainly about sports. It's all about equality, but that's the main thing associated with it. Yeah. What's your thought about the trend of women in sports increasing now? See,
that's not, as you're saying that, I'm thinking like somebody had to start it, right? Because going back, like you said, to the Roman, when the women were, it was just routine that the women had to stay home while the men go out here and do whatever. So whether it's sports, the women had to, their only role was at home and take care of the house, right? And while the men out here having this fun in their way.
Getting beat up is fun, but okay, I got you.
It was their fun, right? But even when it comes to other sports that develop, somebody had to say, okay, let me try it. And it goes back to the women in sports, like you were just saying about those young ladies. Probably 30, 40 years ago, you would all see all men out there.
Yes.
You wouldn't have saw women, but somebody had to start. And I can move up to the president. We haven't had a woman president, but somebody has to start.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
Technically, on paper, there were men presidents.
Right.
But behind the scenes, when the man was frustrated, who did they have to go home to? They had to go to the women. Yeah, that's it.
The title, because it's been like an understood. Same thing with women in sports. It's been understood until the women do it.
Yeah.
So somebody had to just make that step and say, hey, I'm not going to ask for permission. I'm just going to do it. And then it's like, you don't know you need it till you get it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why not? Why not have this other perspective, even if it's coming from a woman?
Now, I know when, for back when, I think it was Hillary Clinton, when she ran for office, again, let me make this disclaimer. This is not a politician show. We're just talking, we're conversing. So I am in support of no politics. So this does not endorse any politician. This is just conversation now. So if you listen, that's my disclaimer. So we're not in support of any of the candidates or whatever. We're just conversing right now.
Yeah.
I had to get that out because
same here. No, not endorsing one candidate over the other. It's just stating what it is. And even on the other side, there's been women that run for political office. So shout out to them as well. But just like I said, women that step up to do it, you don't think you need it until it's done, and then I guess from my way of saying it, opens the doors for these little girls to say, oh, that's normal. Even though it wasn't normal for us maybe coming up, younger girls can see now it's normal to at least pursue it or actually be in those roles.
Yeah. Now, let's go back to the question. Again, this is More on the Road. Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Talking with Marlena Wright. Now, when Hillary Clinton was running for office, a lot of people made, anybody, as soon as somebody run for office, they got to find some type of jokes about it.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want no estrogen and all that. She may be having that time of the month, and she may make a mistake and push the activating button to blow up the world.
Yeah.
But in a family, to raise children, male or female, you do need both sides. Yeah. Because, like I said, you can give a different perspective of it.
Right.
Because the man is always barbaric. The provider, all the good stuff, but you still do need that nurturing that comes from the women's side. So I'm not against the women running for office. Like, if that's what they want to do, I support them. No, if not saying just because they're female or that their race, gender, their color, whatever, is that if they have a cause that I'm in line with support. So I'm going to stand behind them. But if you just, hey, I want your support because I am a woman, I'm a Black American woman, because I'm a Black American, I want your support. Not because we're not going to agree on all the things. Exactly. So it's in support of that she can bring different to the table. Because if we've been doing things this way, and it's been passed along from generation to generation, there's no change. Yeah. But if somebody going to bring a different view from it, I support that. No, hey, what is your view of us doing it this way?
Yeah, I see, and that's what I'm saying. When it's just politics in general, any candidate, male, woman, dog, frog, whoever you're running at that time, you have to look at it and say, how's this person views and policies going to affect my house and my household?
That's most important.
But you have to, and then, but what I'm saying, the fact that she's a female shouldn't be an eliminating factor, as it's possibly been, because, like you said, there are women who've held roles, and maybe not on the presidential level, but on governor level and all that, and whatever policies they bring to the table to help that state or that whatever they're leading, those people that say, well, she can do this, but she's a woman, so let's not do that, and I'm sure a lot of female leaders have made a major impact because of their viewpoints and policies. But those people who chose them didn't allow the fact that she's a female and their presumption of well, she may go through this and this and this. And this. You know, we can't just say, well, because we're a diverse country.
Yeah.
And so we have men and women here, and it should just be where the men can only to be the leaders and make those decisions. If a woman is able to make those decisions and lead and successfully, then the women should be able, even in sports, women should be able to pursue and have those opportunities.
Yeah, and I like I said, when they made those statements about Hillary Clinton, about she may have the time of the month, men have the time of the month too. Don't say men
And
have.
probably more days than the women do, you know?
They said y'all got a week, as they say, a week or 7 days, whatever. But so just like a statement, we are here at a community resource fair. You can see individuals here. Now, like I stated, they talk about men and women health. They do provide a lot of health screening because there are a lot of health providers here. So definitely come on by if you're here. But we're going to be here for a few more minutes. If you want more information about who is here, go to the Butterflies by Grace Design by Faith website. You can see all the different vendors, and they do provide free service and some things that I wasn't aware of. So that helped me out, and so I'm going to take a visit to some of those vendors as well. But like we stated, yes, men do have the time because sometimes, not saying that they're getting their feelings, or we're all emotional creatures. And we do get in our feelings. Sometimes we want to take a step back and say, hey, I can't just take a step back and let me get myself together. But as men were brought up or raised, that men cannot show weakness. It's okay sometimes we have to humble ourselves because we do need to take a step back sometimes and get ourselves together. And like I said, a lot of coaches, a lot of head coaches, especially some head coaches at those major big institutions or those type of programs, that they are beat up out in the community. They're beat up out on the media. And then once they get into their home, they want a place of comfort. And then who is the first person that they go comfort to? Is their significant others. And so, and they can provide you some different guidance and say, hey, well, I don't think you should have ran that person. I don't think you should have played that person. But you're looking like, you're a woman. You ain't played football a day in your life, and you telling me I should have ran this or that.
And see, most of the time, if men that are coaches like that, if you got a woman in your life, I know from my opinion, I'm gonna be 100% locked in to what you're doing. So trust me, they watching, they looking, they're learning, and now they're not gonna be out there on the field with you trying to. But when you get home, like, okay, maybe you'll be there, have that ear of at least open up. Let me tell you what I saw, because those, and you know, when we go back to about the women and what we go through in the media, I think men go through a lot because men are looked to be those leaders. Like y'all have always been the lead, and I think as a man, and I don't know, but it feels that y'all would have a lot of pressure sometimes because people expect you to be spot on all the time and make these decisions all the time, and that's a lot of pressure. Same thing for women, being a woman. I think whatever time of month, carrying babies for 9 months or whatever, it makes us stronger. I don't think any woman come out of those situations weaker, because now you know what physical pain feels like, but you know you can't let that stop you. Life has to go on. So I think in both of our capacities as men and women, we all go through our own things. But like you said, for men, it's expected. So nobody says, oh, he under pressure today, so he can't lead. You know, they expect you to perform. So I think when it comes to women in these roles, because of the physical pain we go through and knowing we have to keep going anyway, and people are dependent on us, it makes us not better, but just makes us more tolerant and stronger to be in these roles.
Now, I'm finna go back to the biblical days now. Eve, it is all your fault, Eve, because the Lord said you were bear pain. But I'm not trying to default to him, because when our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he came and he died upon the cross. He took away all of our sins. And so it's not your fault, Eve. No, our Lord and Savior came down and saved us. But like I said, Mike stated, we both, men and women, do go through different things. It is expected for the man because of the way that the upkeeping, people sometimes they take the Bible and twist it the way to best fit them, because God created man first. God told man you the ruler over this, and then he created that woman. He took a piece from that woman and took it out of the woman. So because he is a part of that woman. But it also stated that, again, our Lord and Savior came and said that men should also, well, let me kind of rewind, because I'm getting all of it. The Bible states that women, humble yourself to thy husband.
Yeah.
But it also continue on says, men, love your wife as Christ also loved the church. So that's still saying he gave it where it's both equal, and not just saying that it's going to be one side dominant. And that's how our society are viewing things. That men, yes, we out the breadwinner, but God, there's some women out there doing some different things too.
Yeah.
Some things that I'm looking like, I probably wouldn't do that.
Right.
I don't like driving.
Okay.
And you see that a lot of women getting into truck driving now.
I seen it. I couldn't do it. I'm too nervous, but I admire it though. Because I guess it goes back to, like I said earlier, some those women say, why can't I do it? Just because it hasn't or wasn't
been done yet.
Done in the past. And they just get out there and do it. We'll get it right as I go along. But they do it. I admire that.
And like I said, that's always what I like to say. It's a sense of little fear and uncomfortable because you're driving this big old monster on this road, and it potentially can hurt someone, harm somebody. And then if you're not doing it correctly, again, you can cause major damage. I had to driving U-Haul trucks, the big ones, not the little small ones, the big ones. And I was like, man, I feel so uncomfortable driving this thing. But it had to get done, and I admire those women. And I know I'm about to get Miss Willie Jones on the show with DCS, and I know what she's doing. She's definitely empowering women, and even with her organization, Women Empowerment, I think it's WPI something that she does. Women of Progress.
Yeah.
Yes, and what she's doing, empowering women to hold different offices, or make a difference in the community.
Right.
I have a significant other, my wife. She supports me in all the things I do. And then sometimes I don't want to hear what she has to say, but she's there in support.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's the thing about having that significant. They're not going to sit there and be agreeance with you all the time, and they're going to give you a front. Because my wife always tell me, said, you have representation of me as well. So she's going to give me the good, the good and the ugly and evil, and I appreciate that.
And because she's telling you, you're a representation of her, but she's not coming with ill will. Even if we don't have all the answers, and we could be wrong about it, but the delivery, the intention behind it is to make sure you're a better person by whatever you're doing. So it's not I'm being like, you tell me what to do, and it's like, well, I'm not trying to be, I'm here as your helper and teammate or whatever, and I want us to win. So how can we come together to make sure we get that W, as they say?
Yeah, and I understand, and I know, especially with our professional industry and we're speaking mainly a lot about sports because it is male driven. Yeah. But there are a lot of women owners now in male sports. Yeah. And it was passed, not saying that they initially took, say, hey, I want to take ownership. A lot of them were passed along, and because, again, it was a family. Yeah. A lot of families are like the Saints, the Benson family. Mm-hmm. Mr. Benson died a few years ago, and now his wife is still taking over. Yeah. And then they purchased the New Orleans Pelicans. And so I think that one of the children are running that. And so it's more of a family business, as well as with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Hunt family. Yeah. Her husband passed, the wife is taking over the organization and still along with the family, as well as the Rams. I want to say the Rams, the wife is taking over. So it's a lot of women owners in the NFL, but they're not out front, saying, hey, I'm an owner of this team, I'm a woman, they're going to do it. They're allowing those individuals to do their job that they're hired to do. And I can respect them for that. Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that a lot of women own NFL teams.
Behind the scenes, it goes back to what you said, whether it's just family related, meaning you see whether it was your husband or whoever done. I'm not gonna let this fail. I see what it does. So as a woman, it doesn't you don't say, oh no, not me, I can't do it, I'm a woman. You're like, I gotta step up and get it done. No matter what it takes. Surround like you said, get the right people in these places and positions. Get people that I can trust, and make sure success and we're doing making the right decision for success. So you just step up and do what you got to do. Even if you by choice, if it's not a family business, you say, hey, I know if I've been a business owner where you started out small when you were younger and you've grown to something major, but you have that business sense to run a business and be successful. Looking at a sports team shouldn't be too far-fetched. It's just a bigger entity, but again, putting people in place. You got to have that knowledge to put the right people in place to be successful.
Now, we still talk about women in sport. What's your thought about women coaching men's sports?
I just like it goes back to, we know that what's the young lady from Brandon, the referee, well, not referee, she was a football, what do you call it? What, ref? Yeah.
Yeah, official.
Official.
Yes.
But yeah, you know, that was, I think they highlighted her because I don't know, she was the first or something like that to be on an NFL team.
I think, yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think of her name yet.
But same thing with the, you know, it goes back to, because the only thing that needs to be changed in that place where you have a woman overseeing a male team, it's the mentality. It's just the physical, it's the psychology of it, right? It's the thoughts.
Taking the psych word, yeah.
There you go. It's and have to understand that just because she's a woman, you got to part first, right? If you can get past psychology, then that woman able to bring that, bring those things to the table that's going to make you a winning and successful team. I think that's the only barrier, that the thoughts, how people think and what they're used to. But if that person is knowledgeable of that subject, whether it's playing, coaching or whatever, you shouldn't eliminate that because you just never know. Of course, we all, like you said, don't have, I don't know. I think when you think about a woman being emotional, I look at things never going to anything with emotions, right? You know, as long as you're professional and have that knowledge, you shouldn't, being a woman shouldn't hinder you to take those points.
Yeah, and the only issue that I see when I see a woman coaching a male sport and a male coaching a female sport, it's the consider the privacy part. You know, and being a male working around in athletics, and I definitely try to put myself in a more protective way. It's like if I'm coaching the women's team, I know go get dressed in locker room. I'm stepping out. Hey, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. See, look at she coming in. See, man, she got guests everywhere. See, see what happened with that voice. I told you what happened with that voice, so they know that voice now. And being respectful of the different genders. Say, hey, well, with ladies, young ladies, or girls, I go get dressed. I'm stepping out, and when I enter to the locker room, I'm an announcer. Hey, I'm coming in, male coming in, or I send a female in. Say, hey, no, make sure that they're dressed. And as well, it's the same thing with the men. Be respectful. Though it is female coach, but some are barbaric. Well, they shouldn't have never got this. Well, they're in a position, so they're gonna see everything.
And that's respect. That's that mental. That's the psych part of it, of saying, because of what you don't feel like what should be or what you're used to, you want to cross the line and be disrespectful. But men, from my knowledge, even playing sports, they've been coaching women's sports for years. It's never been anyone said a man shouldn't coach women's sports. You know, it's just been the norm. One of my favorite coaches, Pat Summitt. Like I wanted to go to Tennessee and play at her. I respect her. And I love Pat. Oh my God, I love her.
They said she was mean though, but okay.
But see, I came from a coach who was similar to Pat. But it was not. It was, again. I know me not taking anything personal. I did what I had to do, and it was more so, as I think back on it now, I know a lot of my teammates watching back then, it was some people got upset with her because of her delivery. I took it as motivation. I never looked at like she took it personal or whatever, because that was her way of expressing what we needed to do. So I looked at Pat as like, oh, if I could go up there, and so, you know, her being one of probably the women that really started in that coaching for sports. Again, whether it was her doing women at that time, but I think it would have been the same with me, and she would have still brought all that knowledge and success. It would just be that barrier of women are supposed to coach us.
Now, what you saying that Pat Summitt, Vivian Stringer, not Coach Mark, Coach Stanley. How would you feel that a lot of males would respect them as coaches if one of those coaches came in?
Just look at it though. Just look at their records. Look at what they've already accomplished.
Yes.
But then imagine it was a male's team. The only barrier, not the only, but the first barrier is the mindset. You have to get past. You have to get them past the fact that I'm a woman and that I can lead you just like these males can. Most of the males probably wouldn't like it. You have some that jump on board, but I believe those women, the ones you named, would be able to handle their own and still get the job. They wouldn't let these whatever thoughts of the males stop them from winning and getting the job done.
Yeah, and I said, though, coach, there are some strong coaches. They have a strong delivery. And as a coach, I tell my players, I said, yes, I'm one of the basketball coaches at Hillcrest, and I tell my players, I said, I got nothing but love for you guys.
Yeah.
I let them know, said, yes, I'm going to fuss at you, but as a coach, my job is to pull the best out of you.
Yeah.
Now, if we're in practicing and we run the drill, you keep on messing up, doing the same thing, yes, that coach is going to come out.
Yeah.
Our job is to pull the best out of you.
Yeah.
But some individuals, they don't know how to receive that.
Yeah.
Just saying that the coach is trying to pull the best of me. I love my coach. I saw him this past Saturday at the Jackson State Southern game.
Yeah.
And he was one of those coaches that provides some weird way of encouraging you.
Okay.
But when he delivered the message, it was funny, but his expression gave you that he was real serious about it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he was one of those coaches. I love him dearly. I actually want to have him on the show soon. He asked me, he said, Doctor, I want to go ahead. I'm ready to go ahead and do a show now. I want y'all to give me my flowers right now while I'm still alive. And so he was one of those coaches that he would deliver a message and the players would laugh at it. But the person he talking to would have that serious look on his face, and then they would receive it, and they would go take care of business. But I can say he has produced some all-conference players, some professional players, and he has done a lot, and I respect him for that.
Yeah.
And I love his delivery, but it's quite funny sometimes, though. But I love his delivery and how he approaches and delivers his message. So I appreciate for that.
I'm saying that about him because he was knowledgeable of the sport and how he got it, but he also was. You had to be a people's person. This is the psychology we keep running. You had to know how to deliver your personality to fit this group of people and how they're gonna receive it. He had to have that knowledge as well to present that to you guys so it could be effective. So I love coaches like that. I don't look at any coach. I hear coaches coaching, and even my children, and I just sit back. I'm not gonna be one of those parents. Don't be talking. No, do your thing.
And I had to being a coach, and then you see your son, my son play sports.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be involved, but now I got to step back because they're coaching. Because I know with me coaching,
Mm-hmm.
I tell them I don't like no game time coaches.
Okay.
I don't want you to come and start trying to coach when game time.
Right.
If you want to coach, come meet me at practice. I have an open door practice. You want to coach? Come coach with them practice. The parents, I don't like no game time coaches.
They want to call them.
Yeah, they want to send him. Why you ain't got that? No, don't let him shoot. Get him up again. I'm like, come on now.
Play by play.
I'm like, I tell my parents, said we have an open door policy. If you want to see how your child is participate, you want to see why your child is not playing, you come to practice.
There you go.
And see, and I can't stand it. No, they want to only come together. I had a coach. I was coaching football some years ago. I had a parent come to me and say, Coach, you mind if I come out there and get some points? He got, sure, no problem. I can respect that. I don't want to do back in on Friday night, Thursday, Friday nights. You out there, Coach, you need to run. It's like, come on now.
On the sidelines, up here, coaching.
I'm like, come on now.
Yelling at you. Why you ain't
Don't do this. Man, come to practice, man. Like, wow. But let me give a shout out to, again, those that made this show possible again. Well, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Definitely want to give a shout out to More and More Sports Management. Hey, that is I. So for more information about what we do, mms-management.com. Contact us. We can come to your local business, and help promote your business. That's what I enjoy about the show. We definitely going to support our community business. But if it's a restaurant, you definitely say food is on you. So definitely got to provide the food so we can taste the food, so we can be a food critic along that line as well. So we do that. So if you're a restaurant, you want us to come try your food, give us a call and we'll definitely set up there.
And I'll join you.
And I also definitely want to give shout out to my guys at Talking Sports Live, Rob J, Jamie Horn, Larry Nix, Ed Bishop, Quinn, and myself. Join us every Wednesday from 6 to 7 at Full Moon Barbecue in Madison, Mississippi, 1935 Main Street. And also replay on Duluth 35 Sunday nights at 10 p.m. I said, speaking of Full Moon, the best little pork house in Mississippi. Have you ever eaten there yet, Marlene?
I have. So I went when I was in that long line next to
Yeah, they do. Said Full Moon, it is something. So give a shout out to them. They're definitely a supporter of the show. Full Moon Barbecue, 1935 Main Street in Madison, Mississippi. Give them a call. Place your order 601-853-1712. Like I stated, I had one of the managers on the show. Also, I did my show there a couple of times and had the manager on, so I told her I messed up my shirt because I had some of the barbecue and I was trying to eat it and drive and I messed up my shirt, so I sent them the bill. And so they rejected my bill because
I can see that.
Yeah, they rejected my bill and told me, said, "Nah, that's your fault. Now you said that you're trying to drive and eat. We told you not to drive and eat."
You can sit in a nice spot.
But see, the thing about the drive-through, they said if you go through the drive-through. Not when they first opened. That's a disclaimer. Now, when they first opened, yes, they did have a line wrapped around the building. But if the line is a little short, it's movable. Once you place your order, they said give it about 8 to 10 minutes. No, because it's cooked on place order. So, but if you're catering 10 or more, so whenever you host another event, y'all want to throw an event, give them a call and make sure you order some banana pudding so that they can make me some.
I didn't know about that today. You've convinced me about this banana pudding, so I'm going to check it out.
No, see, they don't have any. They only make it when catered. Yeah, and so that's why I said that's why I really pushed the catering part and asked for some banana pudding.
Just to get the banana.
Exactly. 601-466-7713. If you call and cater it, make sure you get some banana pudding and let them know that you heard it on the road and. They might throw you a few extra cookies. They do have some cookies like it's like chocolate and one side chocolate and the other side like an oat, but they're homemade too. It's actually good. So you should try some. But you go through the drive-through. So now you got to go in. You got to go in. They're right there at the front counter. So definitely check them out. The best little pork house in Mississippi, and also Monique's Dessert Boutique. See, we're talking about all this banana pudding. I know.
I'm going to her. I'm checking her out.
Yeah, give her a call. No, she's definitely on the social media. Man, I'm like, all this sweets.
I like sweets. I have a sweet tooth, and so I get it.
Yeah, and I said she makes cakes, cupcakes, cookies, muffins. Oh my! Yeah. And a bunch of the dentists love her. They definitely love her. So to take a look on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Monique's Dessert Boutique LLC. Let her know that you heard it on Morning Road and she may throw you an extra cookie in there. And also Hillcrest Christian School, one family, one faith, and one future, 4060 South Sour Road in Jackson, Mississippi. And it's a private school, and it's a small private school, and it definitely you will get that interaction with the students and the teacher. But sometimes, the students, they don't want to go back and talk to the teacher when they're failing. They just sit there and accept the failing grade and say that they don't like the teacher or the teacher don't like them. Definitely go in and check and chat with the teacher so that you can get your help. And that's what I like about the school, that they're smart and that you can set up a private tour interaction with the teacher as well. So don't go and be failing school and then you don't want to do anything about it. Wow. Well, Marlene and I said when you go at the Full Moon, let them know that you heard them more on the road.
I was just on this show, so I come to get a cookie first of all, whatever the sweet thing y'all got, and then we like the wings. We like the smoked wings.
I haven't tried the wings.
They're good.
I haven't tried, but I have one of my associate. Jamie.
Jamie, that's my friend of mine. So yes.
He always telling me, Bernard, I go to order everything. They always tell me, can I get a pick 6? Now he said pick 5, and I said no, pick 6 because we take him to the house. Okay. Interception pick 6. I'm on former defensive back, so get there now. Just so that was something I always get a pick 5. So I know I get a pick 6. But the thing that I like up there is the loaded potato, the Big Baker.
Okay. Tell me more about
the Big Baker. It's a big spud.
Okay.
With cheese. You can get it with pulled pork or chicken. I always get mine with pulled pork. Onions. Oh well, no, not onions. Excuse me. They have a name for it. Chives, and it's something what they call the onions, but it's not onions. It's the way they chop it. It's called something. And it has some type of like white sauce on it with some sour cream on it. I think the sour cream. But I know they have some white sauce on it, or you can have barbecue sauce on it. And so, yeah, it is good.
It sounds intriguing. I'm going to have to go check into it.
It's a big one. I try to eat half of it when I do get it.
Yeah.
But next thing I did, started eating, then it's completely gone. I was like, man, I want to say something. But definitely check them out. So whomever's up there, I know I'm going to shoot them a text and say, hey, I got somebody coming up there. So tell them the cookies on me. The cookies on me. All right. Well, Miss Marlena, I really do appreciate you for joining me this Saturday at this event. I know that we had some guests. Now you may see someone walk around. We're at Redeemer Church, 640 East Northside Drive in Jackson, Mississippi, for Community Resource Fair with the Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, and the link part of Canopy. So definitely stop by and get some resources, but follow them online to get more information. Thank you for joining me this Saturday, Ms. Wright. And is there anything else that you definitely like to share before we get out of here?
Thank you for having me. Definitely come back soon. I enjoyed you. Guys, I'm on the Lounge Radio Show, WMPR 90.1, every Wednesday from 4 to 5. You can catch us if you're in your car, and if not, you can catch us on social media, Facebook and YouTube. Go back and watch those shows, the Lounge Radio Show. We just interviewed. Who did I have? Oh goodness, who did I have? Oh, Cynthia Wayne. Shout out to Cynthia Wayne. And then next week is Force MDs from Tender Love.
Oh man! Oh, so you definitely went back to old.
We had Lenny Williams on. We've had Maze, or formerly Maze, the TMF now with Frankie Beverly Group. So we've been fortunate to have some great people on coming up. Y'all be looking for Calvin Richardson going to be on.
Okay.
So tune in. Also every Tuesday. I'm off today, but every Tuesday, Southern Soul Tuesday. Artists, if you're a Southern Soul artist that perform Southern Soul or blues, hit me up on social media, Marlena Wright, or the Lounge Radio Show. Come in. We have live music every Tuesday at M-Bar in Jackson.
Okay.
With artists up and coming or established. And give you opportunity to get in front of a crowd and promote your music. So we do have those opportunities. And you'll see me around. I'm a Jackson State fan, so you see me at the games.
Like the little young lady came out. Yes.
See, that's why we've done gardening. That's the young lady. We have a co-op where we do gardening, and we teach the children about raised beds and planting their own vegetables and fruit. So we got a lot going on, but those are the most prominent. So thank you again, and you'll catch me on any of those socials, and I'm out there out and about, so you'll catch me.
She's outside making a difference in the community, but we really appreciate it for joining here. We're here at Redeemer Church now. They're closing up, so soon they're gonna tell us we got to get out of here.
Go home.
Yeah, get out of here. So I know that somebody said if and take a trip out to Full Moon, so I may do that myself. I'm still debating. I got another event I got to go to. So
let's start on lunch.
Okay. Well, it is a busy Saturday, but much love to you guys. I really do thank you guys for joining us here on More on the Road. Until then, Jack State has an away game, so I'm not sure exactly where we're going to be, but we're going to be somewhere. But until then, much love to you guys. 1 + 1 = deuces.